Yeah, we got to get a fan base outside New York City. What's up, everybody? Welcome to the History of Hyenas. Yanni Omos is comfy wumpy across from me. He's a little sick. He's got a little Zycam, and I'm Chrissy Loose Stools. I got diarrhea. And Venetia's here, Mike's here, Zach Isis. Thank you guys so much for your continued support. Let me just tell you what the real objective number one should be for this new year is tell a friend outside New York City to listen to our podcast, because we did the numbers today on our podcast and we got 90% plus are all just New York City kids.
Yeah.
Our fan base is New York.
I mean, every time we do a phone call episode, it's 212-914-917-718 and 646.
It's what it is.
We need a little bit more 818s. We need a little 310s. We need some of you other FF area codes.
Yeah, tell some of your Democrat friends that don't live in New York City to listen to the podcast.
Yes.
Okay.
Because we support all genders.
We support all genders, and you know that if you've went to patreon.com/Bay Ridge Boys, Yannis posted a transgender pic of himself laying on a bed with extensions in his hair.
Yeah.
Patreon.com/Bay Ridge Boys.
It's just what I like to do when I'm just kicking around the house.
Yeah.
Me and you are a couple of kids when we get alone. It's safe to say things get weird.
It's safe to think, if things get weird. I mean, my daughter was in the other room, and then I just started making a video saying that I was going to sell my love sack. So my daughter's just growing up with a dad that's a little disturbed.
You're a disturbed kid, but that your love sack is for sale is a pretty monumental moment.
Yeah.
It shows how disturbed that you are, that you're just trying to sell it and go.
Oh, we weren't supposed to say it. Venetia is mad.
What are we supposed to do?
Oh, we're supposed to do a GoFundMe.
Chris,
What
no.
are we supposed to do? Give it. What do you want to do?
Oh, we got to wait for love sack.
Oh, yeah.
I brought
sorry.
Yaya's cookies.
Oh, yeah. No, yeah. Forget it's not for sale.
Yeah, we shouldn't even be calling it that. It's just called the beanbag.
Yeah, the beanbag chair. Yeah,
Yeah,
fuck them if they don't want to sponsor us.
Yeah, if you.
Oh, yeah.
If you guys, no,
I
listen.
agree with that.
Sorry.
Yeah, well, Robert
Yeah.
Venetia's on board.
I agree
Yeah,
with that.
this little thing I found on the floor feels like a golden nipple, and it's getting me pewing.
Yeah, if you get pure.
Okay, listen.
Listen, the beanbag is neither here nor there.
No, we can't.
Well, you already made the video, so
Yeah.
it's already out there.
Oh, you made the video?
No, well, I made a video, but Venetia's got a meeting with the beanbag company.
Okay.
Sorry, is it a hot guy?
Just
I
cackle.
brought Yaya's cookies.
Yeah, I mean, just
Dead ass.
Just-
So where are you guys gonna be?
Oh, yeah.
In 2020, you guys
Okay.
have spots.
Yeah,
right?
ChrisDComedy.com. In January, you could see me and Mike V. Suarez. January 24th, Hamden, Connecticut. A show was just added. January 25th, Celebrity Theater, Atlantic City. And then February 8th, just added Kennedy Center, Washington, D.C., all with Mike V. Suarez.
Yeah.
And you can see all of us in a new studio in 2020.
Yeah,
If
we're
that's
out
what
of here.
we're getting the fuck out of here. Sorry, we're cooking with
We're
gas.
cooking with gas now. It doesn't matter. I got charged 40% in taxes. I'm a man on a mission.
Yeah, and I'm sick of fucking podcasting with a ladder behind me.
Yeah.
So enough's enough.
We're gonna make the studio. We're gonna make the studio in Bay Ridge, and we're just gonna after every episode, we're just gonna go down to the Salty, and we're gonna have some brews, and we're gonna get the Salty to fucking sponsor us. If you don't think that there's gonna be a History of Hyenas podcast banner in somewhere in the Salty Dog, you got another.
thing coming. You really do. If you don't think that we're taking our podcast and we're putting it in my old apartment so Mike Mush has to walk for the train for more exercise, you got another thing coming.
أنا فقط ما هو عليه.
If you don't think for 1 second that Venetia is very upset about this move because that actually means she has to get on a fucking train
And
Not
our
dope.
train gross.
and go past fucking Carroll Gardens, go past Park Slope, go past fucking Williamsburg, and go all the way to Bay Ridge, you got another thing coming.
I don't
Hey.
think so.
Yeah, and if you don't think I'm gonna stick 2 whole bananas up my ass and vote for any Democratic candidate in 2020, you got another thing coming.
If you think for 1 second we're not sure if Zach's going to be with us in the new studio, as per usual, you got another thing coming.
I ran out of them. I'm just because I'm on too much Pepto.
Because you're a kid who needs a fucking cork for your butthole.
I'm in a cork for my butthole. I don't know why I got a leaky butt.
Because your fucking smashed bean is spouting like a geyser.
It's spouting like a guy's infinity. You want to go on a date with me?
Why do you think you got such bad diarrhea?
Chris, no.
I don't know. I think it's from drinking white wine. That's what I genuinely think it's from. I felt
Have you been drinking white wine for 2 weeks straight?
Well, not for 2 weeks straight, but it's been on and off.
Now,
Big mistake.
What?
Big. Huge.
When did you make the switch from brews to white wine?
I just, because I'm a mysterious kid.
You're a disturbed kid.
I just go into wine stores now and I get bottles of Bella Sera Pinot Grigio because my Uncle Russell brought it for Christmas and I really like the taste.
When you go in there and buy that, do you say it's for your mother?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the way to do it.
Yeah.
Just like when you got granola today, it's be like, it's for my wife. She's outside.
So my wife, she's outside.
Because you're starting to pick up some feminine habits.
Yeah, it's just what it is. I got a Peloton bike and I'm ready to get gay.
Yeah.
Was that the wine during Christmas?
That was the one.
That was good wine.
Because Mikey Suarez came to my house for Christmas.
Yeah, I want to hear.
And he's going to your house next year for Christmas because I'm not having him over again.
Yeah, well, you had him over to help you move a couch.
He did. He came over to help me move a couch, and I'm happy that he survived it.
Yeah, I don't know if you heard, Zach's got a breathing button now, so it's pretty funny.
Yeah, it's funny. Yeah.
Yeah.
No, Zach's killing it.
Yeah. How was the Christmas at the Distefano?
It was great. I
Like
had a
it?
good time. We watched Home Alone,
Yeah.
and that's a movie with Kurt Russell
Oh, yeah.
Did you hang out with the baby? The baby's fun, right?
for a while, and then she had to go to
The baby, and oh yeah, we can't say it. Sorry.
That's a cackle. That's a definite cackle.
Well, just cackle it with that.
Yeah. Yeah. Zach is bringing some serious
The
heat.
squeak sound makes me laugh like Marisa.
Cackle that. Well,
Yeah.
the squeak. It's a squeak sound. It's a squeak
It's just
sound.
a squeak sound.
Yeah.
But no. So
It's
yeah.
really, really funny that you're a kid with a great sense of humor. Your mother told you that a long time ago when you wanted her to say basketball. She said sense of humor.
She did. Yeah, when I was 6 or 7 years old.
But what you meant to say is that you're stone cold funny because your sense of humor is very specific.
It's specific.
It's the squeak noise and Marisa, and that's
Yeah.
the only thing that can make you laugh.
That's the only thing that can make me laugh. Yeah, I hate every other piece of comedy you've ever put out besides when you say that's it.
The only thing you like is that's it. Well, listen, you're not alone. Everybody else who follows me, that's the only thing they like either.
Yeah, that's what
If I don't do Marisa, they ain't coming to Gotham's.
Yeah.
They're not going to put themselves to Gotham if I'm not doing Marisa.
Yeah.
Yeah, and when I say put you just can't handle it.
Yeah, when you say put me to that, I laugh hard.
You can't handle it, cuz.
Yeah, they're inferior.
He means he laughs when he's erect.
微商线，
Just kidding.
Yeah,
Wait,
it's
hold
a
on.
character
Let me do a
Lot
check.
of 14.
You ever have diarrhea and then you got to do a test fart? That's
Yeah,
I got to do.
yeah, you're gonna gamble.
It's let me just do a little test fart.
Yeah, it's gamble.
Okay.
You
It's
get-
dry.
Jeff has fumes.
Yeah, you gambled
Yeah.
in one?
Yeah, I'm okay. But if we're going out for the Christmas party tonight, if we eat Greek food, I mean, it's going to be bad.
Yeah, because you got to take an Imodium to fucking you bind up a little bit.
Yeah, well, I can't drink any more white wine, even though I want to.
No, yeah.
I'll drink a Greek. What? Do they got Greek beers?
You go through phases. It's hilarious. You go through phases.
What are my phases?
You go through these absolute phases.
Yeah,
It's like you just do one thing and then you do it every day.
I know.
It's like when you go through a brew phase, it's like, remember he went through his German brew phase?
Yeah, it was just
Where the kid could just constantly be seen going to the shop and stop and picking up a fucking 6-pack of German brew. He would
Every
actually
other story.
He would actually go to the store and say, "Do you guys have German beer?"
Yeah.
And then we would go to restaurants. He'd say, "Do you guys have German beer?" So he had a whole German beer phase. Then now he's in a white wine phase.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then you were in a love sack phase, and now
Oh yeah, we can't.
you're done with that, and you go through these phases, and then you're done. When are you gonna kick me to the curb?
Yeah,
Because you've been going through a Yanni phase for a couple of years. It's too long.
It's too long. Yeah,
Like my days, they're long.
they're long days.
Because you haven't even been gelling your hair either. You're getting more white.
I'm getting more white, but some people have been saying on Instagram that they like that it's cuter like this with no gel.
Yeah, so now you're gonna go through a no gelled phase.
What do you think, Venetia? You're my girlfriend.
You guys, that's inappropriate. You look great.
Oh, thank
You look good.
You went through the chain phase.
Yeah, well, the
Oh,
chain, my
where's
chain,
the
the link
chain?
broke, or else I would still have it. But the link, I got to go fix it.
Well, it was the quality bought for a teenager.
Yeah,
So your mom bought that for you when you were 17. It was your confirmation chain.
yeah,
Yeah,
and it's been through. It's
you started wearing it at 35.
Yeah.
You're a disturbed, weird kid.
I'm a disturbed.
You don't
kid,
make
but
sense.
But I'm a celibate kid.
You're a celibate kid. You turn over New Leaf Chrissy.
Yeah, it's nice. It's just a nice feeling to know that your diarrhea is not from an STD.
Now, are you back? Are we still at 0? Are we
Zero.
Still are we still?
0 women.
Yeah.
There may have been a couple of raisins on Christmas.
It might have been a couple raisins.
When me and Uncle Russell spun the wheel, we went to a gay bar.
Yeah. Fuck, we're just a fucking slang factory because now people are going to start calling guys raisins.
Raisin, yeah. Listen, when you want to tell your wife that you cheated on her with a guy, you just say, babe, I didn't cheat on you. I just went out and had some raisins.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If you're a kid who likes to spin the wheel and you're mostly a straight kid, just don't worry about it. Nobody tastes 1 or 2 raisins in an oatmeal.
It's what it is.
The only people who know it's there is just you, and that's it.
Just a couple, and then we're going to make T-shirts now that just say, I am a raisin.
I'm a raisin.
他就是他。
Oh, God.
I am a raisin is the next T-shirt. Mikey, make sure it's coming out. It's going to be purple, and it's going to have the rainbow flag, and it's going to say the dot of the I in raisin is going to be a rainbow flag and say, I am a raisin.
I'm a raisin.
You. Yeah.
We want to give a shout out to our new sponsors.
Wow.
That used to be our old sponsors, but
Yes.
they finally stepped it up. And like Trump, we're making them pay what they deserve.
Yeah. And
Much like Trump is doing with NATO,
Yeah.
he's saying, hey, guys, you got to pay up. We're not just going to protect you forever. And now our sponsors are doing the same
yeah,
thing.
Lakeside
Plain and
Maple.
simp.
Welcome to the party. Lakeside Maple, thank you so much. Now you're going to get a read.
Yeah.
Trail mix baked with pure maple syrup. One thing that I know for sure is that Lakeside Maple is the best tasting granola and trail mix I've ever had in my life.
That's actually true.
That is true.
It's actually delicious.
And I think one of the main reasons I'm having diarrhea is because I ran out of my Lakeside Maple.
Yeah,
If I really want to get corked up, I'm going to go to lakesidemaple.com.
Yeah, because you do eat it with your ass.
Get corked.
What Chrissy does is Chrissy puts it on the floor and then he scoots around like a dog with a bum itch.
Yeah, it's what it is. It's handcrafted, gluten-free, which is good for people with sensitive stomachs, vegan, which is good for Democrats, and delicious. So follow him on Instagram at Lakeside Maple. That's at Lakeside Maple, and go to lakesidemaple.com and use the promo code WILD, capital WILD, WILD for percentage off and a nice discount.
Guys, actually go use it and get it. You won't freaking regret it. It's delicious. And Guy, if you're listening, I need some fucking new jaws because I'm running low.
Yeah. 9th Street Auto Collision, welcome to the party.
Frankie, how you doing?
Frankie. It's an auto repair station. It's 133 West Hills Road, Huntington Station, Long Island. The number is 631-351-5300 to get your car cracked open and cleaned out. This is the guy. He's going to give you a lifetime warranty on all repairs and give you guys great deals on parts and labor if you just mention that the History Hyenas sent you. So lifetime warranty on all repairs and good deals on parts and labors.
And if you don't think we're going to do a show from 9th Street Auto Collision inside the shop, you got another thing coming.
Another thing coming.
Yeah, because that's where we're going to have the after party after we do the Paramount.
Yeah. Tank's Good News, who's been at the party. So thank you again for signing up for yet another month. Tank Sinatra, Tank's Good News. Go to at Tank's Good News on Instagram. It's your daily reminder that not all news is bad. So Tank's Good News and Fox News are the same thing to me. You check out. It's just where the good news is.
Yeah.
A lot of 14.
Chrissy's present today.
Yeah. And check out Tank's podcast, which is on Gas Digital. And
that's a big mistake.
Huge.
Mistake.
Julia Roberts voice.
Huge.
Just kidding. You don't want to say
Just
anything
kidding.
bad about Luis Gomez. The kid will fucking confront.
Yeah, he's on
he will confront you at a comedy club.
He's on ketamine. He'll spit in your face. And follow Tank on at Tank's Good News on Instagram and at Tank Sinatra on Instagram. Thank you so much. Tank also gave me a great recommendation for a GERD pillow, and I just got it, and it works.
Wait a second. It helps with the GERD?
GERD pillow. Yeah, I'll send it to you. It's huge, though. Like fucking huge.
And how does it help with GERD?
Because the way it props your head up and aligns your body in a way. Yeah, if we pull up GERD pillow on MedClinic, there you go. Boom.
Well, let's stop because we're giving people just free fucking ads.
Yeah. Well, it's not called. It's
just
a GERD pillow is a thing.
Yeah.
So the way it props up, it's like it aligns your esophagus and your chest. You know, especially after a big meal. It just has everything. The burning goes away. It's really helpful,
and it helps you breathe too better.
Yeah.
It's like a medical MyPillow.
No, it is. It's humongous. So that's the only warning is it's really big. Like,
well, you got a big ass head.
I got a big ass
so
head.
It works out good.
Last but not least, James Altucher. Follow him at James the Jew. No, I'm kidding. James Altucher. Follow him at James Altucher, Altucher, and check out his podcast at check out his podcast, which is on iTunes, and also at Stand Up New York Comedy Club on the Upper West Side. He's told us specifically that he doesn't care what we say; he's just giving us the money. Kid's screwed, and he's got a lot of money.
Yeah, he may be the one that buys the $1 Million Tim Dillon episode, which, by the way, is on Patreon.com. You're welcome, guys. Go enjoy it. It's only $1 million.
That's it, $1 million, and you can get the Tim. You can watch. Here's what it'll do: $1 million. You get to watch the Tim Dillon and podcast and listen to it with me, Yannis, Mike, and Tim Dillon, and Andrew Schultz will be doing the subtitles. So it's perfect.
It's perfect. So only 1 million. We did it for you. Plain and simp. Also want to take a second and just say, I don't know when you're listening to this, but this fucking new wave of anti-Semitism in America is brutal.
Okay. Yes.
And you know what I've realized? You want to know why people?
Can I just real quick?
Yeah.
And with that being said, stop again. It's been happening again. Some emails and stuff. Stop posting any anti-Semitic images.
You got a few?
A couple of people have emailed me.
Yeah, guys.
You have to stop. We don't think it's funny. We're just joking. We're character pieces. We love the Jews. Happy harmonic.
We love everybody, especially the fucking Jews. We're from New York.
Yeah.
They're just just calm it down a little bit if you're doing that. And just know this. I don't know who's listening to this word, but I just wanted to get this off my chest. It's like, it's the same fucking play over and over again. It's like we said on the Tim Dillon show, which by the way, is crushing for Tim because of history. Hyenas, we sell tickets.
Yeah.
But it's the same.
Kid needs to tie his shoes.
He does. I mean, the kid needs to fucking tie his New Balance.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's coming to dinner tonight, by the way.
Good. He's a
okay,
fun
so you got to
kid.
respond to him.
Yeah.
Where's it again?
Pilos.
Oh, okay.
She'll do it.
How do you
Already
spell it?
over. Yeah, we already went there.
We are the wildest podcast.
We are
Right in the middle of
tackling
a
that.
statement against anti-Semitism. We're booking dinner reservations.
Yeah, let's be on our phones right
It's
now.
part of what we do.
Sorry,
though.
just
It's fine.
Stefano from Panache just
Chris,
gave me
no.
a haircut appointment tomorrow.
Oh, that's important.
Yeah, I got to get my haircut for
I brought
New Year's
Yannis
Eve.
cookies.
I'm taking my daughter to Pizzeria Uno.
That's important.
Dead ass.
So it's the same sad story over and over again. It's like this scapegoating is wild. And I think I figured out why people do it. First of all, they're losers. Anyone who's like blaming a whole group, it's like, oh, is that group really so powerful to hold you down? Well, then how fucking much of a loser are you? Secondly, it's always the Jews because the Jews don't try to recruit anyone. And we all hate whoever doesn't want us. You ever notice that?
Mm-hmm.
It's like when people start ranting about somebody, you're like, yeah, you're ranting at them because they don't want you.
Right.
And it's like, that's the Jews.
Yeah, that's why I've had to listen to some of your rants about the comedy cellar.
Exactly, because they don't want me.
I think it's because it's run by Jews or an anti-Semite.
Es lo que es. But you know what I'm saying?
I do, yeah.
It's like,
It's disgusting.
they don't want you. Like, so there's something psychologically where like people are going like, how come you don't want me? Like, it's almost subconscious.
But it's
They're
not
going,
even like they're rejecting you. They're just not recruiting, which is a different thing.
well, that's what would make you think that you'd be like, hey, these people are just minding their own fucking business.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? And, it's just disgusting because it is the only thing that kind of unites extremists on the left and right. And extremists are bad no matter what. And what the internet has done has given extremists a voice.
Right.
That's the bad, dark part about the internet. And I think extremism is inevitable in people because most people are just fucking regular people or they're fucking stupid. And they can only hold extreme ideas in their head. That's why when you go to your dinner table with your family, you always hear some wild shit. But what's happened now is like people like that are getting in power,
Right.
which is weird. So like I'm for power to the people, very limited.
Yeah.
We need to get back to those politicians who just kind of know it's more of a character piece.
Right.
They're going up there going like, yeah, and they're speaking to the people, but they really know, hey, the left and right are both important because they balance each other out. Because that's what keeps the train moving, is the left and right constantly kind of exchanging forward and back, because that keeps the balance. And right now, the extremism is taking hold, and I think the internet is enabling it in a lot of ways, and that's the dark side of this. And these people are getting radicalized online, and it's brutal to see it back because it is back in a big way. And it's just, you got to feel bad for Jews. It's just like, again, dude?
Yeah.
I mean, we're just minding our own fucking business.
I know.
Isn't that the definition of like, why are you targeting us?
Right.
We don't give a shit what you're doing. Why you give a shit about what we're doing?
I'd be okay with banning the internet like China. I'd be okay with that at this point.
But then there'd be no history hyenas.
No, we could still, yeah, but you know what? I'd also be okay with that, where it's just like, you know, how it was in the olden days. Like, it's fair and square. Like, whoever makes it, like, you got to have real talent because nobody, you know, the agents, and they got to find you because you're the best, as opposed to just giving everybody platforms and letting idiots decide.
There's some truth to that, too. There's
You know?
pros and cons on both sides. I prefer this era because it's
Because ladyboys are accepted.
exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So anyway, I just wanted to get that off my chest because I had that insight. I think there's something to that. It's like, because otherwise it doesn't make sense. It's like, what is this consistent targeting? It's like, and credit Tim Dillon because this is his line, but he's like, these fucking extremists aren't even smart enough to know who their real boss is. It's like, the Chinese run things, guy.
Yeah.
It's like, if you want to know who's really going to run the world in a couple years,
Chinese.
yeah, it doesn't come with a menorah.
Yeah.
Okay, the meal's gonna be eaten. It's gonna be dog.
Yeah. My daughter today.
Wei Song Xian.
My daughter.
When the
today-
new world order happens, they're gonna be feasting over puppies.
Wei Song Xian.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah. Absolutely. Yeah.
I'm just kidding.
Yeah.
I don't think that's got more to do with there'll be no cows left. So
Yeah.
Right,
Yeah.
because of cow farts and whatnot.
That's what it is.
Do you have a history hyena fact of the day?
I do.
Oh, yeah. Good. Follow the. Yeah.
Wait, we're going to say that after. Aren't we going to stick
Oh.
with the list?
No, Venetia, we could
Well,
could come back to it.
Did we say what we're
effortlessly.
talking about yet?
Exactly.
I mean, but it's just weird if we
Malacca.
back up now.
No, I mean-
let's just go with it.
So we're talking about.
We
Al
should
Jolson
love
today.
it.
We're gonna talk about Al.
Oh yeah,
Jolson.
we need to do that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We're we're talking about Al Jolson today.
This is Yanni's pick. Yanni loves this guy. But I got fascinated with him now too.
It's controversial. Al Jolson was probably the biggest star in America, and he performed in blackface.
What can you do?
What are you gonna do?
Yeah.
Exactly. So my emoji fact: the black and white minstrel shows. There were that's where a lot of the black-faced performances came from.
Be careful, Mikey.
I know, trying. Not
Well, he
use
can
wrong-
say whatever he wants because he's a Muslim Mexican.
Not that word.
Oh yeah.
Forgot about that.
And this was like really blackface, where it was like charcoal black with red lips and like big white eyes. It was like the crazy stuff you see from old cartoons.
Mhm.
That remained in Britain on television until 1978, and in stage
Wow.
shows till 1989.
Wow.
So when they say that we're so racist, like we stopped doing that shit way before,
Right.
and they had a whole show based just around that until almost the 90s.
Wow.
Jesus.
Wow. That's crazy. That's almost when you learn like Saudi Arabia had slavery till like the 60s,
Yeah.
1960s or 70s or something like that.
Exactly.
Not
they,
dope.
They look like basically Willy Wonka in blackface. Like that is what. That's how ostentatious their look for that was.
Wow.
So,
All right, what's the rating on that fact? I'm giving that a big smiley face. Well, you can't give a smiley face.
Yeah, I was gonna say maybe not a smiley face.
Maybe a thinky one.
a thinky. Yeah.
We still don't have the sticks?
Yeah, like you think. Yeah, I gotta get him.
Yeah.
My room's a mess right now because it's the love sacks everywhere. The beanbag.
Yeah.
Chris, no.
Sorry.
It's what it is.
I'm checked in, but also checked out today because it's hard to try to be funny and also hold in shit squirt.
that's true. That's me every week.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I like that.
I mean, Mikey sprinted up my stairs to take a nice shit squirt after you helped move my couch.
It's what you
But then
did,
the
right?
kid came out and felt better and he grabbed a cannoli on the way out.
What did you get? What did you serve at the?
What she have? Lasagna.
Who, your mom?
My stepmom. Yeah, my stepmom. Yeah. Mr. and Mrs. Rubble.
Lasagna, stuffed mushrooms.
Lasagna was excellent. Stuffed mushrooms, excellent. Then we had cheesecake, cannolis. We got cheesecake with Panatico. Shout out Panatico. Great cheesecake.
So it was just your family and Mike.
yeah, that's what it was.
I love it.
I was his date that night.
Yeah.
Yeah, you were my date.
You're a fun, good kid though. That's
Yeah.
I would invite Mike too.
No, Mike's great. He's good conversation pieces. He had nice little facts about Home Alone.
Yeah.
We were watching Home Alone, and he kind of just sits there and breathes. He doesn't, he doesn't try to take over anything. He's just he's present, and it's good,
And that was such a nice thing. The new breathing thing is funny.
Yeah.
You're
Hit it again, Zach?
Yeah. Yeah, that's a
with the
killer.
swing at the end,
Yeah.
That was me after moving that couch.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You were wheezing a little bit.
Oh,
Yeah.
I was sweating a lot. That was.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, you got to get in shape a little bit, Mike.
Yeah.
Comics got to get a little bit. We got to start taking care of ourselves a little bit. We keep losing people. But I was going to say, you're a really nice kid. You're a good person.
Right.
Chris Distefano, he's disturbed, but he's also a good person.
Yeah.
Like, you're a good, decent human being.
What can you
That's
do?
why you're probably not going to make it in this business.
Not going to make it this business.
Good people don't make it.
I'm just friendly with my president, and that's all I could say.
That's all that Eckhart Tolle cares about.
All I could say is I'm friendly with my president. If it doesn't matter in 5 months, I don't give it more than 5 minutes. And Trump 2020.
Yeah.
That's all I could say.
Yanni, how was your Christmas?
My Christmas was good. Look, Chrissy's just a big part of my life, so it's like whenever we're at Christmas parties, we're just I just look forward to Chris's text. It kind of gets me through.
Yeah.
I'm not so much of a big family kid.
Here's the thing.
But I do enjoy it, but I want to see pictures of Chrissy's fucking family.
Any big gift Yanni opened, you were thinking I was going to pop out of it. Yeah.
No, it's almost becoming a tradition now. We haven't even realized it, but it's sort of becoming a tradition where just you text me, and I guess I text you too occasionally, but you just text me photos that your family doesn't know about that I'm getting texted.
Yeah, it's just what it is.
You just go, you say funny things. You go, I'm from a Brooklyn family, and and it's just I get to see what your party looks like,
and you laugh a little bit.
Yeah, because it
is real Brooklyn.
It's real Brooklyn.
Yeah, because you were having a nice quiet night, and you said, this is a nice white Christmas, and then I sent you a picture of 35 of my family members in a 2-bedroom apartment in Brooklyn hitting a piñata.
Yeah, that's just what happened.
Just what it is. The children were charged up on sugar, and my daughter was bashing this fucking piñata.
Yeah, I mean,
which was just a Hillary Clinton piñata.
Somebody's gonna write a holiday classic about climbing up the neutrals to Christmas.
Yeah,
Raphael DeLuca, get on it. Or Zach Isis, can you fucking get on it? Because that would be a real funny holiday Christmas, crawling up the neutrals and spending time with your family.
It's funny because we do Christmas Eve downstairs at Leeds.
Yeah.
We do Christmas Eve there, but Santa only drops the presents off for all the kids upstairs at the neutrals. So Santa doesn't come downstairs. He only goes upstairs to the neutrals.
Hold up a second.
Santa goes up to neutrals and drops the gifts off. That's so all the kids at 11:30 on Christmas Eve night, the ones who are still awake, we take them upstairs, and we have like snow, and we've taken a bite out of the cookie and the milk and all that, and then the gifts for the children are left. Santa's gifts are left underneath the tree at the top of the neutrals.
Okay, so let me just enjoy this for a couple minutes.
Yeah.
So when the invites go out to the family, is it 2 different invites for 2 different houses? So it's basically 2 different cards going where you're formally invited to Christmas Eve at Aunt Eileen's.
Yeah.
And then another invite comes that says Christmas Day, you're invited here.
Yeah.
Or is it one combined?
No.
Is it one combined card with a space in between in honor of the neutrals?
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, no.
Pop out.
How do you do it?
Yeah.
Yeah. How does that invite come?
No, the invite, no, everybody just knows where to go. Somebody picks it.
But if somebody walks upstairs, you're going, wait, don't go up there. That's tomorrow night.
No. It's not tomorrow. No, it's all on the same day. Everything happens on Christmas Eve. Christmas Day is I was at my apartment Christmas Day. I'm saying Christmas Eve, people start to come over at 8 o'clock.
Oh, the presents
you're not
are
allowed to go up the neutrals until Santa comes and delivers the presents. So the kids can't go up so I actually sit. Me and my other cousin would sit, when it starts come 9:30 because the kids play in the hallway and stuff, or they were playing out on the stoop because it was a warm night out. We have to sit on the first 2 steps and block the neutral so the kids can't run up the stairs.
Right.
Because my mother and Aunt Janet are up there setting up Santa's gifts.
That's
taking
nice.
bites of the cookies and dripping snow on each step.
That's nice that you had a childhood like that. That's real nice.
That's how it always goes. We would always get gifts from our family that we would open up, and then an hour or 2 later, after dessert, Santa would come and drop off like a real the gift that you really wanted.
Now, did you ever get caught sniffing anyone's feet and then they confronted you about it and you said, no, that was just Santa?
Yeah. No.
Did you have to tell your cousin?
Got caught. That's when I found out Santa wasn't real because I sniffed his feet.
You did?
Yeah.
Yeah. Now, did you know that Chris used to sneak around and while people are sleeping, he likes to sniff their feet and we don't know why.
Yeah. Is
there a reason
for it?
Crawl
downstairs to sniff feet and then I crawl back upstairs. Yeah.
And in Baltimore, you sniffed me, didn't you?
I sniffed your feet a little bit. What I would do a lot of times on a Saturday morning when I was 12, 13, I'd go downstairs, I'd sniff my family members' feet that were still sleeping, and then I'd come upstairs and I'd make myself a Pop-Tart.
Jeff has fumes.
Now, why are you doing that? You don't know.
I don't know, but I don't do it anymore. I don't do that anymore. I do actually smell my baby's feet a lot, but that I feel like that's all right?
Yeah.
People kiss their kids' feet.
Yeah.
And
But
bite
when
their
you're
feet.
sneaking downstairs in your jammies,
Yeah.
and people are asleep, and you're just taking a sniff of
I do
Annalise's
smell.
feet.
I do smell my pants and underwear before I put them in the hamper. Is that weird?
No, I do the
That
same
has
thing.
fumes.
It's you want to you want
Just
to
wanna
know
sniff it.
You want to see if it's clean or dirty, right?
Yeah, exactly.
They don't get mixed up.
Yeah.
yeah. So I do that too.
Yeah, do that too. Yeah. So
I'm sorry, Venetio, that I went out of order. I apologize. I
No,
should have said
no,
it.
but
up.
let's talk about.
I brought Yaya's cookies.
Yeah.
Yeah, let's
Yeah.
talk about Al Jolson.
Yeah.
Now, if you want, because to be honest with you, I did the research, but it was kind of like I'm in one of those moods where I got stomach issues and I'm just I'm kind of
You're
tired.
beat a little bit.
I'm beat up a little bit.
Yeah.
My dad's been in the hospital, so I'm just
You've been having a little bit of a Yanni long day.
you're just a sleepy, weepy kid. But,
Yeah,
you know,
because
you
now
just
my
gotta do
family's
work.
all dead and yours is dying.
Mine's dying, and I just, so I had to do that, and then I just get taxed 40%, so
You're a little
my
bit-
taxes can pay for these fucking useless eaters.
And yeah, you're gonna that
Way
your tax
song
situation this year is making that hand is staying on the right.
It's been on. I mean, the guy's on the right, and I'm still getting destroyed. So who do I got to vote for? Then I have to pay for these fucking mouth breathers.
Ακριβώς τι είναι.
Yeah, it's just what it
kidding.
is. Yeah, it's just
I'm
a
just
character
joking
piece.
around. I'm just joking
Character
around. but-
piece, yeah. It's
yeah.
just, we're doing a little skit. That's my friend Patty Mulrooney. We're working on a little new play we're gonna do at the Firehouse. It's called Tax Day, and it's just a little entertainment for the guys.
A lot of 14.
Yeah, it's just
I was just kidding around.
yeah, it's just
Just
joking
kidding around. But
yeah.
I love paying my taxes.
Yeah, no, because it goes to society and stuff like
Yeah,
that.
that's
So
what-
good.
yeah,
yeah,
yeah.
parks and things like that.
Parks are what we need. Like
Yeah.
that. Yeah, that's what we need. More Planned Parenthoods. Yeah.
Yeah, it's
Wait, shut shit. I'm just
Way
kidding.
song
just a character
Sheehan.
I'm just character piece.
yeah, we're just joking around
character
here.
piece. I'm just joking around.
Anyway,
Yeah.
so, Happy New Year, by the way.
Oh, Happy New
Happy
Year.
New Year to
New Year.
everybody.
This-
People will be listening to this on New Year's.
Yeah.
This episode will be
Yeah. Did we do we did all our favorite moments from 2019 and all that, right?
We did, but do you guys have any facts that you want to share about your favorite things that you
And
learned?
Yannis put up a real nice gay Instagram message about Andrew Schultz being his favorite moment.
Yeah, and it was 2 sentences about my wife and then 18 about Andrew Schultz.
Yeah, and I'm sure Mrs. Both your wives were offended.
yeah.
Me and Brittany.
Yeah, I actually got a DM from Raina from Girls Gotta Eat who pointed that out to me. She was like, "I love how you encapsulated your year with one sentence for your wife and then a paragraph for Andrew Schultz."
Yeah, but the thing is, that's why you married the right girl, because your wife doesn't care. Your
She
wife's
doesn't
just like,
care.
whatever it is,
Yeah.
she thinks it's great.
my wife, we have that's my private life.
Yeah.
My
Your wife's
Instagram,
great.
my Instagram occasionally I'll post something private, but it's mostly I'm just posting that because I want people to view the special a little more.
Yeah.
Promoting the special.
Well, yeah, and now that it's 2020, we're going to get that special. It's got a couple of more weeks up there, being at the top of our YouTube, and then
Then it's
comes
coming down.
Then we're putting up another video.
Yeah, that's it.
Because we can't have that up there for too much longer.
No, we should have switched that. We should
Yes.
switch. We should put the stand up lower now and more of the clips up top.
George Washington said it best.
Yeah.
I accept that he accepts things for as they are, not as he wishes they were. I know you wish your specials could get bigger. It ain't happening.
It didn't work.
So let's get it down.
It didn't work.
Another thing coming.
No, I'm kidding.
It
I'm
only
kidding.
made
no,
it to-
no, we'll keep it up.
No,
Why
no.
not?
It should no.
It's
it
a good
should,
special.
No, I know.
It's a great special, actually.
Your
special, Giannis' special, Blowing Your Line on YouTube, I'm not lying to you, was better than probably 90% of what Netflix did in 2019.
sure.
That's a
Oh,
true
yeah.
statement.
I agree with
Yeah,
I
that.
would agree with that.
You guys should check it out. It's a unique special because it does the way Schultz shot it. It does feel like you're in the club, which I like.
Which was why I'm saying,
Yeah, he went with
Besides
it.
the content,
Yeah,
it was visually
It was
better.
visually fun, and it feels like you're having an
You know,
intimate.
I
the
was
only
there.
Venetia was
The only
there.
thing that I wish
Yeah.
you would have done is talk to your family in beach, edit it out, and had conversations with your family.
Yeah, that would have made it better.
On
yeah.
couches.
Yeah, and there was too many punchlines in there.
Yeah, that's what I didn't like. It's a little
Woke.
hacky with how funny it was.
Yeah, and it was
Woke.
Yeah, but it was a good year. I mean, it was a good. It was
great
it was
year.
definitely a roller coaster year. It was very Charles Dickensonian.
Yeah, well, you had death. You know,
yeah, the best of times, the worst of times.
yeah, but now 20.
How was your year?
my year? Looking back,
You made a lot of money.
I made a lot of money, and then it got taxed. Yeah, I made a good money this year, so that's good. That was positive. Let's see where I started.
Baby's healthy, which is always
Baby's
good. That's
healthy.
all that really matters to you.
The baby.
You're
is
just a
good.
great father first. I put you father first,
Yeah,
boxer second.
yeah.
You're definitely a boxer second.
Boxer second.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Full blown disturbed kid third.
Third.
Comic fourth.
Comic fourth. Yeah. No, for me, I think that's how I just don't care about anything but my kids. So it's like my career, I want it to go well, but I just won't even entertain. I wouldn't sacrifice anything that would affect my daughter like in favor of my career. You know, like if you were like, oh, we're going to go away for 6 months on a tour, I'd just be like, I'm not doing it. And they'd be like, oh, but you can at the other end of it, you could be where you want to be comedically. I'm like, if I can't get there another way, then I just don't care.
Yeah.
It's very easy for me, which I'm not saying that's good or bad. It's just the feeling that it's very, because I think because I have the physical therapy degree, even though I don't want to go back to that, I just am like, I just don't care. It's like, I'd rather just be with my kid. So
Yeah.
whatever that means, I don't care. Like you could be anything. You'd be like, oh, you're going to be the next movie star. All you have to do is go away for 3 months. And I'm like, no way. Because at the end, I know it doesn't. At the end, the love with my kid is it's the only thing that actually matters.
Yeah.
That's the only thing when on my deathbed I'll think about is what times I had with her. I won't care what gigs I did.
I think that's a very healthy perspective, and it's a very healthy perspective for a comedian to have.
Well, I'm smoking weed again. So that's where it's come from. And I'm
I'm
off toots, but I'm on cocaine.
It's
so
what's
there's
going
no
on.
switcheroo.
Yeah.
I'm on LSD, but I'm off toot.
No, but you're definitely on Pervitin.
Listen, when you take a little panzer chocolate, it's just, it makes you feel a little pyoing.
Yeah. I really do wish, if I had a New Year's resolution.
Because stop fingering the mic stand, because I'm getting horned up.
Are you getting pyoinged up?
I'm getting pyoinged up because I haven't felt the inside of a woman's vagina or a man's ass in over a month.
Yeah, it's just what it is.
It's just what it is.
If I had a New Year's resolution, the fans have noticed that I take the mic out and in.
And you
There's
can
no
always, there's always a drop off on sound effects when Zach is just writing bars.
Yeah, he's tuned out a little bit.
He's tuned out.
But my New Year's resolution, I think, would be we just keep losing comics.
Mm-hmm.
I think comics need to start realizing that comedy's just a job. It's not a lifestyle.
Exactly.
When you start living your life as a comic into your 30s and 40s, you're making a mistake.
Yes.
It's like you got to work on your life outside of comedy, off the field, and that should be your first priority. Your first job, I think, as a comedian is health.
Yes. Because
it's such an unhealthy, unstable lifestyle where you get rejected a lot and people turn to substance abuse, other types of addictions, or whatever to fucking numb the pain. Comedians got to just start taking care of themselves. I hope that happens because, comics are, is there any other profession where comics die prematurely like comedy? It's actually insane.
It's every year, it's going to happen.
3 to 5 or 6. It's like constantly comedians dying.
Comedians need a lot. There's balance. Even for the holidays and stuff, I feel fortunate that pictures of me, pictures that I've posted or things that I've done, it's with my family. My family is home in New York. That's a beautiful thing where I know some of my comedy peers, they're just sitting at a comedy club, and that sucks because, their families aren't in New York, like Mike, his family's in another state. So he came with me. So, but imagine if, you didn't come with me, then you wouldn't sat alone or had to go to a comedy club.
Yeah.
And it's like, that can be unhealthy.
Yeah.
But it's like, that's why I think us as me and you as comedians, like the first break we ever got was being born in New York because no matter how far we fall in this, our families are right here.
Yeah.
Where like a guy like Mike took a big, big risk.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah,
no, it's true. It does help in that regard. The only downside is that we're almost too comfortable. You can always hang out with your friends that are outside of comedy. But as I've gotten older, I've realized that that's kind of a good thing.
It's a good thing.
Yeah, it's a good thing. It's a really positive thing to have an actual life outside of comedy, and comedy is your job. It's not your whole fucking life.
Yeah.
It's like,
because there's a mental. I know, I haven't felt like I've had to look at the clock since in 6 years. Every day of my life has felt like a Sunday afternoon for the last 6 years, and it's beautiful. But there is mental exhaustion.
Yeah.
There is still time you need to give yourself off. Everybody else gets 2 weeks vacation, 3 weeks. Like you need to do that for you as a comedian or an entertainer because, that's what happens. People start to kill themselves. They burn themselves out.
Yeah.
They start to turn to drugs and alcohol and other substances,
Yeah. And they put too much into comedy and too much into making it and making this idea of making it constantly. And you're going hey man, if you're making a living doing comedy, you are making it. But if you had another life, a personal life, you wouldn't be putting that much into comedy. You'd be putting it into your personal life because that's where your joy really is. And if you don't have that, you're making a mistake.
Yeah.
You got to have another life. You got to have a real life You got to be able to sit down and have a meal with someone and not talk about how did you get that.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Right. Well, like that's why I think having a family is huge. I know you have your wife, I have my daughter, where it's like something will happen in comedy that you didn't get. You didn't get a role or, something didn't go your way. And then you can sit, our peers who have no families just sit and commiserate and drink. And they've become their career. Like that, their identity is I am a comedian. Once that becomes your identity, that's a big problem. Your identity can't be your job.
Right.
It has to be you as a human being.
Right.
Comedy's something you do, or, being a postman is something you do, or painter, whatever your career is, or our guy's fucking local 3, electrician.
Yeah.
That's something you do to pay the bills. But once you identify with that becomes problematic, because then it's like when people work 40 years and they retire, they feel like they don't know what to do. They're like, I don't know what to do. For 40 years, I was a bus driver. Now I don't have the bus anymore. It's like, yeah, because you identified yourself as that's not who you ever were.
Right.
That was never you. That was just one little thing you did, but you made it so big. And that's what comedians do a lot. They'll be like, oh, if I don't get the Tonight Show, if I don't do this, or somebody is doing so much better, they feel like a failure. When it's like, that should be a little small part of you as a human being.
Right.
That should not be your identity.
It's really a side effect of being in show
Woke.
business, because
There it is.
if you think about Al Jolson, who we're covering today,
Who's a cute kid who, if he was alive right now, he would get kissed on the lips because he was born in Lithuania. And you talk about how I go through phases. I'm in an Eastern European phase.
that's what you like right now.
Yeah, I want you to tie me up in hostel.
Yeah, he was also
أنهى فقط ما هو عليه.
he was also a Jew. So
He was a Jew.
He was a Jewish kid.
So, okay, I had a joke, but after the anti-Semitic thing, I'm not going to say it.
yeah, but
Way song
I probably shouldn't be doing this voice either. Then
No, you could do that voice.
I could do the
It's
voice.
pro-Jewish.
Yeah, it's what it is. It's that he was a Jewish kid. He came from a Jewish family. Came from Lithuania. And he got into show business, but he was actually the first openly Jewish kind of entertainer, which is ironic because the kid was doing blackface.
It's what it is. You're
Yeah.
doing blackface, and that's where Max and Stubich came in.
Yes.
Yeah, when
Yeah.
he said, I remember, yes, I saw Al Jolson doing blackface. And I said, yes, another fucking hot black guy. And then we started getting hot and sweaty, and then his blackface came off, and I said, ooh, white man, gross.
Oopsie, that's not what we're into. So same thing happened to me when I looked at the old videos of all the guys doing blackface. I said, oh my God, is this heaven? And then what happened was I saw that they were white guys. It's like a nightmare.
It's a nightmare. We took a shower together, and their face melted off. I said, where's the black guy?
It's almost exactly like a nightmare. It's like, I'm sick with a black guy and it ends up just being a regular German.
Yeah.
That's a nightmare. I want a real black guy. Not in Nigerians, the real African Americans. Somebody who listens to Busta Rhymes.
I agree with that.
Someone who wants to take me out to Dallas BBQ.
Yeah, somebody who needs to tell me about what's the latest beefs in the mixtapes.
Yes.
Deadass.
Yeah, I want to listen to want to listen to one of those new age black guys.
I like to meet a guy whose favorite TV show is Inside the NBA with Kenny Smith and Charles Barkley. That's the
Dope.
black guys I want.
That's the black guys I want. Yeah.
I want
I
a black
agree
guy
with
who doesn't own a pair of shoes because he has all sneakers.
Yeah, I want the black guy who's going to come to our wedding in Timberland boots.
Yeah, I want a black guy who got all his Christmas presents at Modell's.
Deaf.
Yeah.
I want a black guy who's definitely had sex with Venetia.
Oh,
I'm
it's
here for
happened. Yeah.
It's definitely happened, Baba. Baba, it's happened, Baba.
Oh, yeah,
I agree
yeah.
with that.
Yeah, I know your brothers are
I brought
listening.
Yannis
You guys
cookies.
got to do a better at keeping her inside.
Yeah.
Yeah, so Al Jolson.
Al Jolson's a cute kid, and his name wasn't even Al Jolson. His name was Asa Jolson. Jew.
Yeah, I mean, hot Jew. I mean, the kid is Jew, as Jewish as Jew can be. I mean, he was a Jewish entertainer, good singer. Believe it or not, the biggest freaking star. When I'm talking, he was bigger
How
than
big was he?
He was bigger than Bob.
Was he in
I mean,
his prime?
He was like Andrew Schultz.
Yeah.
That's how big he was. He was big like that.
Lucas.
He was like he was bigger than. I mean, this was time Frank Sinatra.
We
Dean
talk
Martin.
about Andrew Schultz every episode.
I know we do, but it's promoted.
It's promoted for
Yeah.
him because we fucking love him, and
Yeah.
we want to be in the embassy, but our downloads aren't high enough.
Yeah, we want to get an S.
You stole the symbol from us.
Plain and simp. So Al Jolson
He
was
is like Andrew Schultz. They both pretend to be black guys.
yeah. Wow, it's a good
wow.
joke, Mikey.
Mike's got a nice joke.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm here for it.
Yeah. So he was the biggest star. I mean, bigger than a lot of these guys, bigger than Bob Hope. Actually, the first entertainer to go and perform for the troops in World War II
World War II.
and Korea. often people think of Bob Hope.
Cuz did your dad see Al Jolson potentially
I think he might have.
in Korea?
Yeah.
No, not Korea. World War II, because the kid died in 1950. Korea was in the 60s, so it wasn't Korea.
No, Korea wasn't in the 60s, kid.
Korea was in the
No, that was Vietnam.
Vietnam. But when was
Korea was in the 40s. Korea was the 50s.
He died in 1950.
No, he was. Yeah, so he died right after Korea.
1950.
Yeah, so he died.
It was like right after
1950,
he passed away.
1953.
And they said he passed away because
So
he
your
was
dad may have seen
traveling
him.
a lot.
He might have seen him, and my dad definitely knew who he was because he's the biggest star. And they attribute his death to his work schedule, like he was performing for the troops so much. I mean, the kid was 64.
Yeah, well, Veneti is going to kill us. We've been in here for
I
4
agree with
hours.
that.
That's what she
And
always
she's like, I
does.
brought snacks. She brings out half a fucking tangerine and some almonds.
Yeah. Those freaking Whole Food almonds with the chocolate are freaking good, though.
They're really
Yeah.
fucking good.
They are really good.
Yep.
So he was. That's how he died. He died playing. He died like my grandfather playing poker. He just had a heart attack while he was playing.
Is that how your grandpa died?
Yeah.
What, at the poker table?
At the poker table? He
Just boom.
Just boom, collapsed. Same as Al Jolson. So I died the same way.
He was playing poker and
Just came back from Korea, entertained the troops before Bob Hope. He did this stuff before Bob Hope. Bob Hope is considered to be the guy that went and entertained the troops or whatever, Mr. Entertainer, whatever. Al Jolson has kind of, sort of been erased from history a little bit
because of the black.
because of the blackface. But at the time, he was the biggest star in America.
Wow.
And it's really controversial, blackface, and Al Jolson specifically. We obviously know that blackface is controversial for obvious reasons.
Well, let's explain it.
Right.
Right? So explain why it even happened. Do you know? Do you have a command of it?
I do.
Okay.
Blackface is wild period in American entertainment. It's just kind of wild.
Things got a little dicey.
Things got a little weird for a little while.
Yeah.
Without question. You go back and watch a lot of these blackface videos. Some of these guys had real fucking talent.
Oh, yeah.
And even if you read the comments, you can see black kids now watching it going like, this is horrific, this is embarrassing, but I got to admit the kid can dance.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, it's true. I've read the comments.
他就是他。
Because it is.
Nice.
Some of these guys were good entertainers. So it was just this thing that was happening at the time because it's hard to comprehend looking back, like a lot of things in history. But at the time, it was the norm, much like owning slaves at one time was the norm, much like women not voting at one time is the norm. They're all horrible things, objectively, outside of history. They're outside of context, they're horrible things. Even in context, you can kind of say that was fucking stupid. But it was the norm.
Agreed.
Al Jolson was the exception in a lot of ways because he was so pro-black, and we'll talk about that. But blackface was basically this movement in America that happened where white guys started using, what is it, like chalk or something? What were they using? And they would put themselves in
But with
blackface.
polish.
Yeah,
It
shoe
was-
polish or whatever.
yeah.
And they put themselves in blackface, and they were doing black entertainment, which really wasn't allowed to be mainstream. Like, no white audience would sit and watch actual black guys perform. So, in a lot of ways, these were white performers who often were sympathetic towards black performers who were
That's why they were doing it.
That's why they were kind of doing it. Some of them.
They also said that people did blackface and they kind of did stereotyped performances that black people were lazy or that they wore raggedy clothes and they just spoke in a stereotypical black vernacular
Yeah,
and
cowardly,
so,
hypersexual.
Absolutely.
and
So there was that
they're
aspect
kind
of
of
it.
making
Not
fun
dope.
of them, and so that was the
Yeah, that's
not
not
dope.
cool.
Well, that was
part.
the entertainment trope of the time. Like, even if you go back, like, you know what the censored 11
Trope.
are?
Good word, Mikey.
Yeah.
You say trope one more time, you're going to get my rope.
Trope. Trope for the rope.
Yeah. You know, if someone
I'll
says,
rope on you. If trope.
somebody says something smart, there's a chance you're going to get kissing lips by Chrissy.
Yeah, you're fucking Bobby Trope.
But do you know what the censored
You're going to
11
get
are?
punched through.
No.
They're like the 11 Warner Brothers cartoons they won't show again because they're too racist.
No, which ones are they?
It's like Coal Black and the Seven Dwarves. You can find them on YouTube sometimes, but
What? So they were cartoons that Warner Brothers put out in what, the 40s and 50s?
right
Around that time.
Some of them are like really racist, but some of them are just like showing cats as black people who were just at a jazz club, but
Yeah.
because they have big pink lips and they're acting goofy. So it was a way of it was more than a stereotype. It was
It was
like
a caricature.
it was a caricature because you look the
Caricature.
same way they were drawing Italians and
Right.
But it's
And
certainly
Irish
based
people.
in racism. 100%. You can't deny that.
it's based in ignorance more than it's not always racism. A lot of it's just ignorance. There's like
in other
there's a
words,
weird
some
difference.
of these people.
The
who-
internet wasn't around then. Like a lot of these people had never seen a black.
I was going to say,
person.
but some of these people who made these cartoons or guys like Al Jolson's like contemporaries, like they love black people. They would have them in their homes.
Right. And the reason I say this is because you look later on when black performers were allowed to perform and when they were doing their acts in the black circuit, a lot of it was very similar. They did have that trope. They would have like, Pig Meat Martin?
Yeah.
You can listen to his albums on Apple Music.
So you
And-
stand up?
Sort of. It's performance. It's like Abbott and Costello type of stuff.
What Mike is saying is an absolute uncomfortable truth.
Right.
And it's true.
I mean, he was on Laughing, and they would have the one character who was like the
Pig Meat Martin, a black performer?
yeah.
Yeah.
So it was the same type of act, not as over the top as when the white guys would do it. Thank you. I needed a breath. And so when you watch it, it's like there is the one guy who is like the lazy guy trying to get away with something, but at the same time, that's what Fred Flintstone is. Like,
Right.
he's a lazy guy trying to get away with something.
Right.
So it's mixed into the actual, archetype of entertainment. It's like it's not always meant to be racist, but when you look back
Yeah.
at it now,
Yeah.
that is kind of fucked up and racist.
Right.
But
And it could be racist.
Yeah, it
though.
could
I
be
mean,
racist.
if you, I mean, it
It's-
was overall racist.
Yeah.
And then
And
print
then
this.
it's insensitive. Not
That's what I
always
say.
racist.
Malicious. That's what I meant to say.
Yeah.
Is it was always racist, but they were ignorant at that time a little bit more than we are now. But sometimes it could go all the way to be malicious.
Exactly.
Like some of the lines you hear are actually malicious.
Yeah.
It's like, I saw this. I was watching this one minstrel show, and we'll pull up some of them. But one of the jokes was like going to the zoo, and he's like, yeah, I'll be there with all the other monkeys.
Yeah.
yeah, that's just horrible.
And my grandfather will be there.
That's
So
just
it was
horrible. And Mike did say moments ago that Blackface and Fred Flintstone are the same thing.
Yeah.
He did say that. So let's just print that.
他就是他。
Yeah, there you go, Seth Simon. The only thing is he would never even care about that because he only cares about guys who he can hurt.
Yeah.
So it's like Mike. People will be like, "Who's Mike Suarez?"
So
Yeah.
10 years when I'm on Colbert or something.
Exactly.
It's just-
And then it'll come out. Yeah, when you make it to Colbert, you're gonna be like, "Fuck, I should have never been working for those guys."
Yeah.
Yeah. So
Big mistake.
minstrel shows. These were called minstrel shows, and white people were performing in blackface, and they were performing the black music, and like Mike said, the kind of black archetype, which even Mike just said, black people were performing it like that.
Sure.
Just white people would exaggerate it more, and then often include these sort of malicious stereotypes and phrasing and things like that, and jokes. It was racist, but it's different than us looking back now at it
Right.
at the time.
So Al Jolson unfortunately gets lumped in to all the bad stuff because he wasn't doing that. He wasn't trying to be malicious.
Right.
You just weren't allowed to have a black guy sing on stage. So that's what he was doing.
Yeah,
Listen
I
to
mean,
a
he
little
was
bit of him?
and he was benefiting from. I mean,
And he was
it's like-
excellent, actually,
Yeah,
Al Jolson.
He was yeah. I mean, I've seen some other ones that were actually. There's actually some other videos I've watched where I thought the people were more talented dancers and singers, but they were much more racist.
Right.
So it's like these things are just horrible, uncomfortable truths. We're watching, going like,
Can we listen
"That's
to it?
horrible," but that guy can dance a little bit.
Oh, wait. No, this is Mammy. Who's Mammy again?
Okay, so
Yeah. Tell us about
Yeah.
Al. Yeah.
Al Jolson, he didn't always perform in blackface, but as this was sort of the popular genre archetype we're talking about, he participated in it and he did some things in blackface, and he was huge on Broadway, huge, nightclub act, I guess, before that, huge star. And then when TV happened, what was it, 1927? 1927, I believe. He's credited. Again, this is not right because there were talkies before this, but
Talkies are movies with
people talking.
people talking.
Yeah, and the first talkies were just synced up. They would sync up the phonograph to it was poorly done to the video, to the film, and that was weird because it sounded like an old time movie.
Someone outside.
But the movie, The Jazz Singer, is credited as the first talkie in 1927 with
Okay.
Al Jolson. Massive, massive, massive hit. Massive, massive hit. Like the biggest thing in America at the time.
Like a humongous movie, like bigger than Pretty Woman.
I mean, yeah, as big as Pretty Woman, maybe even.
Wow.
And it contains blackface. It's about a Jewish performer. It is almost like a little autobiographical. Let's just say it was Al Jolson's 8 Mile.
Okay.
That's what it was, because he was doing black music too.
Yeah.
So it's Al Jolson's 8 Mile was the jazz singer, and it's pretty much a story about a guy trying to break free of sort of the Jewish religious culture and become a jazz singer, which is black music. Jazz back then was like the hip hop of now. I mean, it was like straight up fucking black music. They invented it.
So who's Mammy? So the character Mammy.
It's what it is. So Mammy,
Sorry about
Mammy,
Yeah.
and that's
The
why Al
remote
Jolson.
control fell out of my pants.
Not only is it the blackface, for the reason that Al Jolson hasn't held up like, Frank Sinatra. It's like that, the way he sang sounds fucking stupid now.
Yeah.
You know, Frankie Sinatra and Dean Martin, same era, and also survived a little longer, but they're timeless. I mean, Mammy sounds like a fucking goat. Mammy. Sounds like a goat. Sounds like Goat Boy. It sounds like Jim Brewer doing an
That's
SNL
how they used
sketch.
to sing back then.
Let's listen to him. I want to listen to him a little bit now. All right. This is the end of the movie The Jazz Singer.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The Mammy.
So uncomfortable to watch.
It's actually scary to look at.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
brutal. It's a weird, weird thing.
Well, imagine watching this in Korea.
Yeah. It's freaky.
Yeah.
His face looks freaky.
Way song Sheehan.
Yeah.
Apparently that's Mammy. So it's like his
Character
Jewish
piece.
grandmother, right?
Mother,
His mother.
But why did he come out singing in blackface?
Because that's how they perform.
That's how they would do it.
in the movie, he's trying to become a singer, and he was kind of his father kicked him out of the house because he wanted to become a entertainer, and then I think he makes it big in the show called The Jazz Singer, and in the show he's in blackface.
It's character
Because
piece.
throughout the other parts of the movie, he's just like performing in a beer garden, and he's like, you can see his true talent. But in this, at the end, he's in blackface.
But it's a character piece.
Yeah.
It's a total character.
Minstrel shows were part of entertainment back then.
Yeah.
It wasn't looked at in any weird way.
So what do people today want to do about minstrel shows? Like what can you do? It happened in history, it doesn't happen
Nothing you
anymore.
can do, but
Right. Well, here's the kind of the problem. People want to pretend things like this never happened, and that makes a bigger issue. It's like you can't learn from the past if you try to erase it.
Sure.
So if you pretend that he was never around, then when some white kid does it in 10 years because he didn't know it was bad, it makes us we don't learn from the past at that point.
Right.
and here's what makes Al Jolson unique is he was just as much a hero as he was a villain. He's complicated.
Yeah.
He was absolutely adored by the black people of his time. His funeral was packed with black entertainers of their time in sort of the black world because everything was segregated like that. And blacks themselves credit him with opening the door for black performers like Louis Armstrong, et cetera, all the black famous musicians, jazz musicians that came after him. They credit him with sort of introducing their music and their lifestyle and their rhythm and their sensibility to the white audiences. Like,
Right.
So The Jazz Singer, the movie, even though he does blackface, was acclaimed by black people. They
loved
loved
it.
it. They loved it. They loved him. He was famously against racism and boldly so, and did some heroic things. There was this one instance where these two people, these black entertainers, were singers, were kicked out of a restaurant. He heard about it, and he invited him to dinner and took him to dinner and said, "I'll punch anyone in the nose who fucking kicks us out." He's responsible for the first promoting the playwright. I remember Anderson. His name was black playwright. His name was Anderson, who eventually was the first all black cast on Broadway. That was because Jolson was lobbying for that hard.
Yeah.
And just a big proponent of civil rights and way ahead of his time before there was a civil rights movement. So a lot of people, including the black people at the time, credit him with sort of pushing open that door for them, which is a fucking wild, confusing thing.
Yeah.
Because he was performing in blackface, which, as we watch, is highly disturbing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But when you try to erase things like that, it makes it seem like it was always easy. You know, you erased the struggle
Right.
when you know what I mean. That's why I think a lot of white kids don't understand what the struggle of black kids are right now. Where
Right.
it's like, and I think a lot of minorities don't understand what their struggle was because like we don't talk about the struggle. We just said white people were bad back then. We're not going to show you what happened.
Right.
And now you know we should be whatever.
I don't think people. I know we're in this time of change, but I think that that's all marketing too. I don't know that these people at the top of that really want the change. I
Right.
think they want the problems to stay.
Right, because
Yeah.
it just gives them a voice to
Just gives
be
them a
needed.
voice. Like when
yeah.
you watch a CNN or even a Fox News and they're
Yeah.
talking about these atrocities, they're not giving solutions. They're just saying, here's what happened, pointing the finger, but they're not on there saying the platform for change isn't that. You know, it's strange.
Right, the problem gives them their raison d'etre, their reason for existence.
They just want to yell about, I'm just going to use Trump as the Trump thing.
Right.
They just want to yell about those things. But there's never watch all those news programs. They never offer what we can do to change.
No, it's-
none of them.
The argument is the show.
Exactly.
Without the argument, there's no show.
Yeah, it's
You
a
know,
little
it's-
disgusting to even
it's
be a part of
fucking
that.
gross,
You're a little
actually.
disgusting.
It's gross.
They actually and it sucks because I know they're good people, but now it's like the reporters at like even a Fox News or a CNN and either extreme, they actually are disgusting. I look at them like they're disgusting.
They
like,
are disgusting.
Like a paparazzi.
Yes.
Like they're disgusting.
It's actually a good way to put it. They've all kind of become like paparazzi.
Yeah.
Everyone has kind of lowered themselves to the standard of like an Us Weekly. It's really gossip news now.
Gossip news.
It's fucking brutal.
Yeah.
It's really gross.
Yeah. It's gross. But what can you do? You want to read the Patreon names?
We can read the Patreon on this. But the interesting thing about Blackface is like it is exploitative.
Yeah.
Exploitative. It does tell the story of like how black people were prevented from like making a fucking living
It's horrible.
in the country. You know what I mean? Like they were systematically oppressed. Like white people wouldn't even attend a performance where a black guy was performing. And black
illegal.
people it was illegal. And black people were doing the best shit.
Yeah.
Sure.
So it's like, it's wild. And then this jazz, hip hop, rock and roll, all the things that black people invented are now the most popular musics, you know, the world over. Music and culture. You know, everyone's fucking doing rock and roll, wearing jeans, you know. Hip hop is a global thing. It's all black. So I think this minstrel show era does kind of, you can sort of see, you can see Al Jolson is kind of like a mixed bag. You know what I mean? It's kind of like, wow, there's a lot of uncomfortable truths here. And you can learn a little bit about context with Al Jolson. Al Jolson's really a guy who anchors you to context, going like, hey, this is why you read history, to understand history in context. Because he was beloved by all black people. He was seen as a black hero at his time. Now he's a villain, but then he was a hero. But generally, I do agree, obviously, that minstrel shows and blackface are a horrible thing.
Yeah.
Context or not. It just shows that black people were being exploited. More than being exploited, they were being institutionally repressed.
Exactly.
Right.
Like you couldn't legally make a living. So now, but here's the reason why Al Jolson is important. Like you guys are saying, is because nowadays everyone's just this cultural appropriation thing is getting out of control. Here's the fucking difference, right? Because I've almost never been accused of it because of Marisa, because Puerto Ricans fucking love her.
Yeah.
But I'm performing as a character that I'm not, you know. But that's fucking acting. That's like it's like they were giving people shit for like playing somebody who's mentally handicapped. It's like that's acting.
Yeah.
That's
Right.
fucking acting.
Right.
You know, Anthony Quinn played a Greek guy in Zorba the Greek. He's not fucking Greek.
Dead
Right.
ass.
He's fucking Mexican and like Italian or something. Right? He's Mexican. He was fucking Mexican, I think.
Some kind of Hispanic.
Yeah, he was some kind of Hispanic, you know?
Yeah.
And it's like, that's acting. Here's the difference. Here's the difference for anyone who thinks like cultural appropriation is like the same as minstrel shows. No, it's not. Okay, because one is like acting. One, you could call it maybe a little exploitative. I'll buy that. But the difference is black people were prevented.
Yeah.
They were like institutionally prevented. If you're playing an Indian guy or doing an Indian voice, nobody's institutionally preventing Kumail Nanjiani from making a living. You know, in
Right.
fact,
Kid's Jack now.
quite the opposite. The kid's a multimillionaire in one generation. His parents came here in the fucking 70s probably. So it's like there's no comparison. You know, if it's somebody doing an Asian person or an Asian person doing a white person, whatever your fucking character piece is, it's just a fucking character piece.
Yeah.
Because nobody was oppressed in this country, institutionally oppressed, except for black guys.
Yeah.
Black people, not, black people, Native Americans, they were, that was bad, just extermination. So that's bad.
Yeah,
That's even
bad.
worse.
But yeah, I think that he was just to kind of sum up what you were saying. I think that it was
Is this
really
the robot? It's funny because I got the chair turned the other way and I can't see you and I can't tell if it's robot or real.
Yeah,
he was accredited to bridging the culture gap between black and white America, and
Woke.
it's just kind of wild that it was a white guy who's doing that, but it was because of the time.
Yeah.
And
he deserves credit, but on the flip side, you got to say that's a fucked up time that because it was only a white guy who was allowed to do it.
exactly
Right.
yeah.
So
Yeah.
I mean, he's a great guy. He was accredited the world's greatest entertainer while he was alive. Guy had kind of a big head, but
he was also seen as a dick a little bit though too.
yeah, he was. He
Like,
was.
what entertainer's not a dick?
He was a little
Oh,
insecure. He would. What would he do with the sink?
He would keep the water running in his
Right.
dressing room while his opening act was on, and this was a credit to Groucho Marx, who knew him. He said he would keep the water running in his dressing room to drown out the applause from his opener. It's a real Nate Bargatze move.
Yeah.
Just kidding.
Drink your milkshake.
Yeah. Yeah. I'm just kidding. Nate would never do that. Nate, I'm just joking.
No, he'd do worse.
We're just turning Nate into fucking we're turning him into Daniel Day-Lewis from
Yeah. Well, it's
kind of true.
It's kind of true. I got pictures of Nate doing blackface.
Es lo que es. So Jolson was actually dubbed the king of blackface. Right? Was he dubbed that? Was that actually like a name he was given?
Yeah, he was. I mean, he was praised for what he was doing back then.
Yeah.
Because in my opinion, the kid had talent. If you see his work
Yeah.
and if you actually do, I mean, I definitely encourage those who are listening to go and check out YouTube and check out his performances, because they're really entertaining and he has talent.
Real talent.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So Al Jolson's a wild fit. He's a wild kid, another wild kid. And what I liked about this episode is some of the uncomfortable truths. We got to start doing more uncomfortable truth segments.
I think this whole episode is a Wei Zhongjing. This is like touchy to even do.
We
Wei
should have done this
Zhongjing.
episode in blackface. If we did Mo's episode in full Muslim regalia, we should have done this in black.
Yeah.
You guys, that's inappropriate.
Yeah, I don't know if we could get away with
Tackle
that.
Yeah, I was just kidding. I know.
But black
Not dope.
I just like I like to I just think so much of this fucking wokeness really devalues the black American struggle.
Sure.
Because it's all these people kind of co-opting that struggle. The only cultural appropriation I see is that, hey, we're all struggling just like you. It's like, your struggle is not a struggle, guy or girl.
Yeah.
It's like black people fucking, that's a struggle. And it sort of devalues it in a way by going, that's cultural appropriation. It's like, is it really?
Yeah, you're not calling me by my proper pronoun.
Yeah, it's
oh,
like-
really? You're oppressed?
All that shit is like, you have no idea. You know, you live in the place where you do have
Disgusting.
the most freedom of opportunity than anywhere.
Yeah.
Anywhere. Otherwise, you just can't explain how South Asians and Asians who came here one generation ago
Yeah.
are on average doing much better than white people.
他就是他。
It's like, this country is a great country for opportunity, guy.
Yeah.
And now all these fucking kids want equality of outcome. And that's the same old fucking communist story, too.
Yeah.
And I do bang furniture a lot when I get emotional.
What it
Not when I
is.
think I say something funny, because I'm just not a likable guy.
Yeah. It's what it is. Yeah. All right. Let's do Patreon. Our fans who went to patreon.com/Bay Ridge Boys, we encourage you guys to do the same thing. We encourage you guys to make a funny name. Most of you do. And the ones that aren't funny or don't want to be called out, we just say straight to the back, and it's okay. But there's a lot of new members this week. Thank you guys so much for your continued support. Patreon.com/Bay Ridge Boys. At the end, we will pick one name to be the PPW, the pseudo penis of the week, and there'll be a winner and be posted on Instagram. Here we go. Oh, do we not post them on Instagram?
No, we do. We do. Now we do.
Okay, yeah, we're going to
'Cause
have
you
to do
said
it. Okay, here we go. Starting off, Maureen. I changed my name 10 times because I'm Franks and Beans. It's what it is. Maureen is just a funny first name.
Maureen's always good.
Okay.
You know, we're going to call that hit the net and came back on her side.
There we go. Maureen, thank you, Maureen. Then we got Mulrooney Family Crest, climbs ladders, shoots ropes, blames Jews. So we can't.
No,
Way
It's funny,
song
but
she ain't.
stop
funny.
with the Jew stuff. We're
Yeah,
just,
it's
yeah.
funny. It's fine. Kid was going for comedy.
Yeah, I like
It
it.
was a character
Mulrooney
piece.
Family Crest is funny.
Yeah, the whole thing was funny.
Then we got Omar Gallegos here for this content.
Yeah, the kid's
to the back.
straight to the back, but he's looking for the signs in Spanish.
Kevin Hurley, straight to the back.
back.
Then we got Chrissy Bitch Hips, Weird Nips, Yannis Pappas, Fritas, All Fiesta, Chrissy Day.
Put him on the list. He's in contention.
Then we got Nicholas Gunn here for the content.
Here for the content.
Then we got Amy Curb the Gird Feld. Nice
Good,
Jewish
good
lady.
try. Clyde
Yeah.
Drexler.
Annie Nickturn,
Here for the content.
Thomas Wildbacker,
I'm here for the content.
Gabriel Salinas,
Oh, I'm looking for the signs in Spanish.
Tyler P. Nah, I mean.
Yeah, I may.
Then we got Gape Akin, put meat flute juice in my gaped caboose, Skydocker.
Contender.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Then we got Anthony, a.k.a. Ain't No Such Thing as Halfway Cucks. I like it.
Yeah, Clyde Drexler for me.
Clyde Drexler.
Yeah.
Tracy Hooper,
Here for the content.
Fabian Liendo.
I'm looking for the signs in Spanish.
Yeah. Nicole, the obese piece. Yes.
Simple and punchy. I like it.
Mike likes it. Mike's saying to DM him.
Yeah, because Mike wants to marry her.
Yeah.
He wants to rub bellies together.
That's what it is.
Is there a word? Is there like a sexual word for that? You know how rubbing penises is fromage or something?
Isn't that docking?
That's docking, but also like it's fromer,
Docking's putting the
fromage. In
foreskin over the other
in
one.
the gay world, like you put two penises together, it's like fromage or something. Is there one for two bellies? When you rub two bellies together?
I don't know.
It's called a Mikey move.
It's called gross.
Call him Mikey. Okay. Then we got throw. Okay. Then Nicole the obese piece. Then we got throw hands so they'll fight supremacist.
You took a swing and you
I like
you're
it.
on the floor.
Throwing hands they'll fight supremacists. All right, kid.
Yeah, you tried it.
I like it.
It was an attempt.
Then we got Ross the tuckback truffle pig must be trans to touch my rig.
He might be in first place.
Ross the tuckback truffle pig must be trans to touch my rig. That's
yeah,
what it is.
it's a goodie.
Then we got Danny D pseudo piece kraut monkey coming for the Greeks.
He's gonna be the winner.
Yes,
he's gonna
yeah.
he's gonna be the winner. Yeah,
Then we got Mary Virgin Sphincter no fumes tight gash Callahan.
that's a goodie. Tight gash.
Tight gash.
Yeah.
Contender.
That's a contender.
Then we
wow.
got Dan here for the content.
Here for the content.
Then we got KJ6287. That person's a psycho. Then we got Casey straight to the back. Lamora.
Kids, yeah.
M. O'Brien. Uh-oh, here we go. Jason Papa Constantanu.
Yes,
T-A-P-A-K-O-N-S-T-A-N-T-I-N-O-U.
Yeah. Yasas pedia.
Dalton Pataglia.
How you doing, guy?
Yeah. Then we got Patrick K.
How you doing, Patrick?
Then we got Pierre Fife.
Oh, we got a couple Irish kids
Daniel straight to the back Villa.
in Spanish.
AJ Chrissy got cracked open by Scotty Karate Del Mastro. Ted.
Oh, God, he may be the winner. These are getting hard.
Okay, then we got Rusty Valentine.
Straight to the back.
Buddy.
Yeah.
Gavin Teachert.
Straight to the back.
Matthew P. Schultz.
It's funny, but
Yeah,
it's
straight to the back.
Quickie, but yeah.
No, but I think that's his kid's name.
Oh, he's actually a Schultz?
Schultz, yeah.
Yeah.
Samuel Buttery. I think they're their names.
Yeah.
Then we got Meredith sitting at home alone and watching the Eagles on the phone. And
It's a
she spelled
goodie.
home H-E-U-M-E and alone A-L-E-U-N-E.
Yeah, she's a South Jersey girl.
And phone P-H-E-U-N-E.
Yeah.
Then we got Jesse, straight to the back. Sarah Mislensky, Kevin Ostland,
Got a couple Polacks.
Thomas.
How you doing, Thomas?
Then we got Jen. I don't get no fatter. I only drink baby batter Sanchez. I like it.
Yeah, I'm gonna go Clyde Drexler.
Nico, Chrissy punched me through straight to the back.
Greek kid, funny.
Yeah. Finn Cashman,
Another Irish kid.
Brandon,
Not me.
Jimmy Morrow,
Jimmy Moore.
Danielle Janine.
Straight to the back, straight to the back.
Yeah, Daniel Janine, sorry.
She's gonna get disciplined.
Hey, Siri, can you tuck it before you suck it?
Got Venetia.
Siri, and my phone just lit up.
Yeah. Good trick.
James McHale,
Irish kid.
Jim Sherman, Daniel
Straight to
Batista.
the back, straight to the back.
Okay, I'm just going to read this name even though I don't approve of it. Sunset Park, Spick, Plain and Sim, part-time Metro PCS manager.
微上实验，
微上实验
That's a character piece. Yeah, we don't support that.
Yeah, that would.
微
that was-
上
Next one.
We're getting the ruling from Venetia. That one's been disqualified.
Disqualified. Then we got
But not for not being funny.
then we got disgraced businessman. His name is
Funny.
crazy.
Funny.
Then we got LannyNanny85@gmail.com. Yeah.
Yeah, funny.
Then we got Chloe Full Piece Full Toot from Tennessee Wallace.
Like it.
Then we got Colette and Matt Castillo.
I like it. They joined as a company like insurance.
Yeah.
They did it like car insurance.
Yeah. Then we got Anthony Loricella.
How you doing, guy?
Yeah, what's up? Jordan Coe.
Jordan, what's up?
Then we got Alex, Donnie T is my Lord and Savior, and Chrissy D, fuck the sailor. Weinbaum.
Why, Bob? He's screwed in kid. He's a Jew.
Weinbaum's funny.
Yeah.
Then we got Christopher Sicoli.
How you doing, guy?
Hey, Rory Brennan.
How you doing, Rory?
Chris A.
How you doing, guy?
You cuties with Hajib, make my don go Habib, especially you, Mike Mush.
I like that for the originality.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Then we got Nikki Non-Toot, but would let Chrissy crack me open and play with my skin flute.
I think we had that one already. No?
I don't know. They're repeating.
It's a funny one.
Andrew Murray.
How you doing, Andrew?
Then we got Cuzzy Wuzzy trying to muzzy Chrissy's drippy pewing. And then last but not least, we got Jay, Chrissy, sit on my tiny Irish piece, McCarthy.
Those last two were goodies.
Yeah, who do we got?
Fuck. I think the going after the Greeks one was the funniest one. What
You
was
like that one? Who
again?
do you like the best, Mike?
My favorite was Alex, Donnie T is my Lord and Savior, and Chrissy D fucked a sailor Weinbaum. But
Good one.
Who else? Who are some other ones we have?
Jen, I don't get fatter. I only drink baby batter Sanchez.
Nice.
Nico, Chrissy, punch me through straight to the back.
Should we give it to the obese peace girl so you can message her?
I like how you're trying to set him up with somebody else.
Yeah, because I just don't want him to come to Christmas next
Yeah,
year.
we want to build a family with another large person.
I'm kidding. Who else? We got one more.
You had a few that you liked. It's Anthony, a.k.a. Ain't No Such Thing as Halfway Cocks. Gapican put a flute juice in my gape caboose sky docker. And Chrissy Bitch Hips, Weird Nips, Yannis Pappas, Fritas, All Fiesta, Chrissy D.
It's a goodie.
Oh, and the Mary Virgin Sphincter No Fumes Tight Gash Callahan.
That's a goodie. I think it's between the tight gash and what's the Greek one again?
Danny D. Pseudo Piece, Kraut Monkey coming for the Greeks.
I think that's
All right, let's
that's
do-
gotta
let's
be
give
the
it
one.
one of
What do you
those
think, Zach?
I like the coming for the Greeks.
Coming
one.
for the
Yeah.
Greeks.
Bravo.
Nice.
So
Going for the
Well,
Greeks.
Mike, Zach's got a nice, sexy, deep voice, and Vanity's having an affair with him.
we know that that's happening.
All right, listen. Thank you, patreon.com/Bay Ridge Boys, ChristyComedy.com, YannisPapasComedy.com for all our dates. We're coming all over, baby. And Mike V. Suarez is going to be with us both on the road.
Yeah, at Mike V. Suarez on Instagram. Make sure you leave a comment and our rating on YouTube, iTunes, and follow us on Instagram.
Yeah, and I got 2 New York area shows coming up with Mike. Let's take us out with a little Jolson. You can see us at Gotham Comedy Club on February 21st and 2nd, and then Uncle Vinny's in Point Pleasant, New Jersey on February 28th, 29th. Happy New Year, everybody.
Happy New Year. And then also, just real quick, January 24th, 25th, Hamden, Connecticut, January 24th for me, and January 25th, Atlantic City. They're local gigs, and you're New York kids.